It's not funny if you do it on purpose, Michael.
That is just rude.
I hear Cope laughing, so...
Cope will laugh at anything. He's not a good fucking metric for the joke.
I mean, I gave it a chortle. It wasn't gut busting, but
Okay, fine. 2 people can have fun.
I-
No one
I-
else.
I refuse.
I had fun once. It was horrible.
I don't recommend.
All right, this episode of Pixel Buddies is brought to you by Craig.
Fuck you, Craig.
Wednesday.
You guys are very mean to this robot. He's done nothing but assist our recording.
Listen, I don't have to be nice to a goddamn clanker, okay?
I
Oh, with the hard R.
Those robot man.
Oh my god, the amount of people on the internet that were the clinker discourse is
I know.
insane, especially since most of them don't know it's a fucking Star Wars reference.
Yep.
Anyways. All right, so last time on Curse of the Crimson Throne, our party made their way back into the city after having their contract signed with the Shadow Count Seal. His group of lawyers managed to suss out some of the details of the contract, though most of the clauses Theobald was hoping that would remained unchanged. So, after returning to the city, you guys saw how horrible things had become. The entire city is basically in shambles. It's forced labor, building statues to Queen Iliosa, and things are quite a bit worse than when you were here 2 months ago. You guys then received a message, you guys tried to contact Vamanda Arcona, the last surviving of the Arcona Old Corvosa noble family, and discovered that she has been having some relationship issues with her boothang, Varric Venkaskirken. It turns out that when you tell someone that their entire relationship is built upon lies, they do not take it very well. And so you guys have been enlisted by Vamanda to try and reconcile the relationship, and in return, she will dedicate her guard to your cause of taking back Corvosa from the Queen. Venkaskirken.
Well, we know what their dad's name is now.
Let me know if I missed anything there, guys. I think that was the majority of
No,
what we
that-
did for the session.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
Hasn't even been a month. Yeah, that's everything I remember.
Yeah.
All right. So we left off with all of our party members leaving the Arcona estate.
We did shake down a vendor for free kebabs because we were disguised as Grey Maidens. I rolled a natural 20 for that one, so everyone's got a kebab. Just one. We didn't take everything he had.
Our heroes, everybody.
Lawful evil.
You don't know how many Little O put in his baby beard.
Well, that's for his immortal soul, I guess. I can't be held responsible.
And he has fled from his crimes.
No, he's just gonna watch the trailer for Teeth again.
This is really intriguing.
Vijana de Tata.
I've seen somebody, like, it had to be just trolling the internet. Someone reacting to the trailer to that and being like, I think I can take it. I'm like, more power to you, brother.
Mm.
It was so
Pretty sure the whole premise of the movie is no, you cannot.
Mhm.
All right, classic horror movie crossover. Instead of like Jason versus Freddy, you have Teeth versus It Follows.
I don't think I know anything about It Follows.
It follows as a metaphor for sexually transmitted disease, is that there is an invisible killer that will stalk you infinitely that can't be stopped, and the only way you can stop it is to have sex with someone, because then they'll start following that person until they have sex with them, and then when that person dies, then it goes to the next person down the list.
You know, with the premise there, I was trying to think of something, but it keeps just coming to my mind of the ultimate tiny shithead off of Chucky versus the Leprechaun.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
That would be so good. I would pay to see that movie for sure.
I can only think of the Robot Chicken sketch, Godzilla versus Jason.
What?
I'll pull that up while we're waiting for Cope. 1 second. It was narrated by George Takei.
Oh my.
There you go. Less than a minute.
Mhm.
Sorry, guys.
No worries. Did you go watch the trailer again?
No.
Well, now you have to watch Jason versus Godzilla. So
Yeah. No, the internet went out.
No.
Or the router. We can't figure out which one. But hopefully not a sign of things to come.
Is it an older router? Because mine just they sent me an email like a week or two ago that said that they are no longer service for my router, and ever since then it's gone to shit.
That happened to us like 3 weeks ago, and they made us replace it.
Okay, no, I have to replace my own because the router's mine. The modem is from the cable company.
Apparently, the modem was mine, and they were like, "Yeah, that's causing your problem." So we let them install one of theirs.
Mhm.
I think I wasn't here.
A long
Feel
time
like
since I watched that. Anyway, where are we going in this city of misery?
We're looking for old
Those-
what's his name, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy with the face.
Good old what's his name? Stand up guy too.
Trying to remember.
Nothing but
Well,
good things.
so out of character, we have to meet someone in the Gray District because we were told to meet the High Priest of
Mhm.
Pharasma. We
Kapira the Bear.
Thank you. We probably also want to reconnect with Cressida Croft as she has gone underground with the Resistance. We need to find Van Gherkin to convince him to get back with his Catgirl girlfriend. And also, while Theobald definitely has no real knowledge of this, those of you who were alive in the part of the time, there is still a colony of were-rats unaddressed beneath the city.
Mm-hmm.
She's a fox woman, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Just
A
correct the record.
Rakshasha. So, yes, my apologies. We have the rare fox Rakshasha. I did not know that was a thing. But either way,
Yeah, there are there are a ton of different types of Rakshasa. There's a
Suppose, well,
crocodile one.
probably be harder to find the underground while disguised as grave maidens. Like, hey,
Yeah.
Resistance, we'd like to talk to you.
Is there a lobster
Those,
version? Or Rakshasa lobster?
Well, those snakes that were surveilling the entire city in that book, those are also just Rakshasa.
Mm-hmm. Turns out, shape-shifting demons can be whatever form they want,
Mhm.
Mhm.
as long as their hands are on backwards.
Cats.
Their true forms can be basically any manner of animal.
Mhm.
Just they're
But-
usually tigers for whatever reason.
Mhm.
But yeah, probably going to find the resistance right now would not be the number one. I could dispel the spell, but we're getting the lay of the land, so.
Mhm. And we could also just change it to be not. Although
Yeah.
we'd run the risk of getting hassled.
Yeah, so. Where do you guys think we should go next?
I think probably the temple seems like the way to go. Because if we go to the resistance, definitely need to drop the, Grey
Mhm.
Maiden look. And what was who were we meeting there for? Or I mean, for what purpose? I'm trying to remember.
You got a dream vision from a guy who said to go
Mhm.
talk to them.
Okay.
Yeah. She said she would be able to take you to where the resistance are hidden in the Grey District.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Then we can at least do that.
Mhm.
It is, and Ben Kaskirkin is not in Corvosa, right?
No, he's here somewhere. We don't know
Oh, is it?
where.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I would need to probably scry on him, or we would have to ask around, probably with the resistance, because that's what we told him to do when we abandoned him here when we left.
Hmm.
So we thought for sure that he was just gonna die.
Mhm.
Well, aren't you guys optimists?
I know what character I'm playing.
Do you?
I've been advocate up until I signed that contract. I was still advocating for just kidnapping my niece and teleporting away.
Mhm. It's not your problem if it's not your circus.
Mm-hmm.
Not my evil circus, not my evil monkeys.
Mhm. Definitely not my murderous clowns.
Do we know, do we know anything about the resistance? Like, who makes up their numbers at all of any kind? Or
No, we've been away from the city for way too long.
I had a feeling, but I figured I'd ask.
So yeah, sounds like church first.
Mhm.
Yep. I'm the walk the length of the city again.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing bad ever happens at the temple.
All right. So, by the time you guys reach the Grey District, night has fully settled over Corvosa. The Grey District has always felt the rest of the city, but now it feels completely separated from it. The streets are nearly empty. In the distant, bells and sound of wind move through the gravestones. Ahead, rising from the mist, stands the great Cathedral of Pharasma. You guys approach the cathedral gates. Several hooded figures silently emerge from the surrounding graveyard paths.
Hmm.
Everyone give me a perception.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Most of you are able to see hidden crossbows glinting beneath their coats.
Think their resistance? I would speak lowly enough so only nearby companions could hear.
All right.
More
One
temple
figure steps
gods.
One figure steps forward holding a lantern, and a woman's voice calls out, State your business in the lady's shadow.
We are here to meet with out of character. Try to remember the name. I'm bad with names. People.
Here, I'll put it in the chat. Bishop Capira de Bear.
Bears.
Mhm.
Sorry.
The Bears.
I don't even watch football or anything like
Bears.
I
that.
don't either. I just know that meme specifically for some reason.
Memes.
It's classic Saturday Night Live.
Are you guys still disguised as Grey Maidens?
I can drop that. I mean, glance around at people if they want me to dispel it.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Although
I
the masculine voice coming from the Grey Maiden helmet might also throw them off a bit.
No, it alters your voice.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay.
Seeming. It's not change person. Anyway, I will end the spell. Keep my hood up so my face is obscured by my shawl of shadows. But other than that,
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that, the hooded figures all exchange startled looks, and you hear one whisper, "They actually made it back." And the lantern holder quickly lowers her hood. It is a weary acolyte of Pharasma with dark circles beneath her eyes. "Quickly," she says, "before the patrols return." And the cathedral doors open just enough to admit you guys within. Inside, hundreds of candles burn beneath towering vaulted ceilings, and the smell of incense and old stone fills the air. You see dozens of refugees occupying the pews. Some sleep in wrapped blankets, others quietly pray. A few wounded rebels lie near the altar, while exhausted priests tend to injuries.
Mm-hmm.
As the doors shut behind you, you hear footsteps from deeper within the cathedral. A tall woman in black mourning robes approaches slowly. Her silver hair is tied tightly back, and her expression is exhausted. Any of you guys have knowledge local?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Nope.
Nope.
I even like this place, and I know more than you.
You just
I'm
have
a
more reason
teenager.
to not like it.
Yep.
Theobald,
Yeah.
you're easily able to recognize this as the highest office in Corvosa's Church of Pharasma, Bishop Capira de Bear.
Okay.
That would be who we're looking for.
She studies you guys for several long moments in a state of semi-disbelief, and then she finally says, "So, you survived Scarwall.
Not without our losses, but yes. We managed to retrieve the sword.
Can I see it?"
Look at
Quick sense motive.
mm-hmm.
Not the character for that.
So what are you sense motivating to detect?
Just to kind of understand the reason for interest. Is it just to kind of see it, or is there like this
Is there like a menacing glint behind the eye?
Yeah. Yeah, is it like no, I gotta run?
Mm-hmm.
Her intentions seem true, given the legendary nature of the artifact. It's likely to make sure you guys retrieved the correct weapon, or that the weapon is truly real.
Oh, y'all got the left-handed sword. Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that's the work of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the famous sword that killed the dragon. This is a Cloud Giant's letter opener.
But you got to remember, this is the last time that sword was not stuck into that rock at the bottom of Scarwall was 4,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This is like you guys have retrieved the spear that pierced Christ,
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
except older, because that was 2,000 years ago, so twice as old as that.
Mm.
We've
The
gotten
fact
the
that I even
sword
remember
in the
that thing from
stone.
4,000 years ago. Anyway, so
Most do not.
Sophia's like, "Oh yeah, give me a second," and begins to do her 1 minute long ritual to summon her dad, which is just her going around looking under couch cushions, looking behind pillars. Dad, Dad,
Yeah, that's creepy.
Dad. And then eventually he just steps from behind a corner, full wings on display, and he's holding the sword. Like, I believe you were looking for this.
She looks at it for a moment, runs her hands along the blade, and the prophecies were true. Pharasma has not abandoned Corvosa after all.
What was the prophecy behind Pharasma and the sword?
The girl and her father.
Bullshit.
Well, it's not necessarily a Pharasman artifact. The weapon is truly dedicated to... Let me pull up the actual god it's dedicated to, because it's not Pharasma. That was more of a broader point about the city having hope.
Yeah, probably Airden, right? If it was 4,000 years ago. He's the god of humanity that bought the big one.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't actually think it's him. I believe it is Ayamade. Or maybe not. I'll find it in the book later.
Wait,
Different
yeah.
good god.
All right, Iomade is the one that replaced Aridin. Is that the one you're thinking of?
Yeah, but she ascended like 2,000, less than 2,000 years ago, not
Yeah.
4,000.
So it might be under her.
She might be under her
watch, whatever.
purview now. Swords are her
Yeah.
thing. And also, it's supposed to remember this is like the second adventure path, and they're much more like airtight about this now.
Mhm.
Yeah, it took them a few tries to get it all their lore all right and added up.
Yeah. So, not Pharasma, but another good aligned god, presumably.
Mm.
But after having a little bit of a theological conversation about the sword, she wastes little time. She says, Grey Maiden patrols double since sunset. There are worse things than Grey Maidens abroad at night. Come.
We didn't, out of character, we did encounter empires back before all this broke out, right? I remember.
Yeah,
Out
there were
of character,
vampires in the
yes.
city.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that, so you
Yeah.
want me to tell me?
Just want to make sure I
Yeah.
recalled correctly. All right,
I
lead
guess
the
your
way.
guy came in at the tail end of the plague chapter.
Mm-hmm.
She leads you out of the cathedral, deeper into the rolling graveyards of the Grey District. And you guys arrive at a very familiar location. The secret entrance to the Dead Warrens, the chamber in which Rolf Lamb had made his hideout at the very beginning of your journey. She opens up the secret entrance, and You guys walk down a short staircase, past candlelit shrines, and eventually to what looks like a newly installed door at the entrance. It opens up, and as you guys walk through the halls of the Dead Warrens, more signs of resistance appear. You guys see bedrolls strewn about, sharpened weapons, armed civilians watching you nervously as you walk through. And then you round a corner. As people stare on, you hear words spread instantly throughout the chamber. The heroes! They came back! You see a wounded rebel begin crying openly. And then through this crowd, Cressida Croft pushes through. She looks older, thinner. The once immaculate armor of the captain of the guard is dented and mismatched now, and a dark cloak hangs over one shoulder, and exhaustion lines her face. For several seconds, she cannot speak. And finally, she says, "You're alive."
Feels like a lot has happened since we were last year.
Most of us are alive
have-
anyway.
You have no idea what it means to see you standing here. Then she thinks for a moment to your previous companion, Vic. Says, "So he didn't make it?"
Nor
Nope.
did his brother.
But you would look over grandkid?
Nephew.
Nephew, I think.
Nephew.
I was gonna say I was muted, but I was like, no, we lost him and his brother apparently, but we brought his nephew, and I pull him up by his ankles.
Oh, yes, and this is Charja. It's complicated.
Tell me everything. What did you learn in Scarwall? Any information could help us prevent what is coming.
I mean,
We were supposed to learn things? Shit.
I'm trying to remember because we did learn some stuff that's worth mentioning.
I
Yeah.
do remember some stuff, so
It was
I'll
all about friendship in the end.
yeah.
Well, there was wasn't there something about the the curse that we learned from the castle itself about the crown?
Yeah. So Theobald will push back his hood so it's just his head out because he knows that everyone's eyes are on them anyway. And because I'm also terrible with names, I'm trying to remember the guy who's the lord of the castle, but I explained that it was him. It was the shape-shifted dragon that couldn't be killed, and he is back, most likely manifesting through Queen Iliosra. That we are facing a primordial evil of Kuthi, or perhaps extra Kuthi, Kazervan, thank you, nature. As rooted from the crown that the queen is wearing. I would
It's
think
only
that
all that
Theobald
more important.
also
Oh,
adds
good.
a little background history about who Kazavant is, because I have quite high knowledge history. So you know the Battle of Screaming Tree and everything that he was about back in the day.
Yeah. So you're saying it is only more important that that crown be wrested from her hand and destroyed.
Indeed.
The underground chamber you're all in slowly begins to settle after your arrival, and the rebels return to work. Though people do continually glance at you guys as you walk through the chambers with Cressida.
Mm.
She leads you to she leads you away from the main chamber into what was an old burial preparation room. You guys see maps of Corvosa now covering the stone walls, marking patrol routes, supply chains, names of missing citizens, and a large map of Castle Corvosa dominates the center table beneath dozens of candle stubs. Several rebel officers are nearby, along with a few hard-faced former guardsmen, though notably Varric Van Kaskirken is not among them. The moment you guys
think-
enter, everyone...
I,
Oh, go ahead.
I think Merrick would kind of ask if they know where Kaskirkin is.
I do know where Sergeant Varric is. He's taken to the drink. He hardly patrols with his men anymore. Why do you need to speak to him?
A
of
favor
character.
for a potential ally.
Out of character, he used to be.
The agents of love come to help him in his quest.
Was he the former seneschal? Right.
No, he was
No.
a guard sergeant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
he's just a
gotcha.
sergeant in the guard.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
He was, if you remember, all the world's meat, where the guards were selling human meat. He was
Yep.
the one that was in charge of that, but notably, he did not know what his other guards were doing.
I gotcha.
Yeah, the only thing that he's important of is his connection to the Rakshasha lady.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's important about him.
Gotcha.
Which honestly, compared to the rest of his family, he's making out pretty good in terms of importance.
Mm-hmm.
I know how that came out sounding, but I was meaning in like logistical power.
Mhm.
I know how that sounds. That's definitely how Theomar would phrase it. But
Saul and Oric, Richard.
Hmm?
I said, how dare you insult Saul and Oric?
Oh, I can insult them all I want.
Mm,
Technically, I think Oric's still alive.
Yeah, no, he was just in jail. He's probably in canon. He's probably going to be out by the next campaign. So,
yeah,
all things considered, he's making out pretty good.
we gotta put him back in.
I'm just gonna have him show up during the pirate campaign and be like, "I just decided to become a pirate because being a mercenary didn't work out. Oh fuck, here comes crazy ass pirates."
Yeah.
Have him show up, have him get handed bodily in one round again.
Cressida says, well, you deserve the truth before we ask anything more of you. She seems quite exhausted at this next part. The Corvosan Guard is effectively gone. Most deserted. The rest either bent the knee to Iliosa or vanished. We don't know how much of the Sable Company remains and how many are in captivity. We assume that most of who remains also fled weeks ago. The other noble houses have barricaded themselves inside their estates, pretending none of this is happening. And the Church of Abadar declared public support for the Queen in the name of preserving order.
Of course they did.
What's
The Grey
What's the
Maidens... Oh, go ahead.
What's the deal with the big ass statue? Like, is that just pure ego, or is there some intent behind that?
Yes, the Queen's public works projects, meant to make work for the idle hands of Corvosa's unemployed population, which is coming ever increasing as the Grey Maidens crack down on any business that doesn't directly support the monarchy.
Well, as long as it's not a city-sized golem, that's
That could get messy.
Indeed. The Grey Maidens control every major district now. First, they were just elite bodyguards, but now there's something else. We've intercepted transports carrying women into Longacre. Some volunteer, but most don't. They come out different. Remember, Longacre was the building you guys sort of failed to infiltrate
Yeah,
Mhm.
with the Vine Lady.
yeah, yeah. That was a pain in the ass.
Queen's laws grow worse every week. Forced labor, confiscations, blood collections, public punishments. She's draining the city dry for something, though.
Mhm.
We don't know what yet. And now we have reports from the inside that there are devils in the castle.
Mhm.
We see things
Oh.
flying over the heights at night, and there have been several disappearances within the castle grounds. We believe the Queen may have enlisted a dragon.
Any idea what type?
He never appears open in the daylight, nor in public quite yet. So, a dragon is all we know.
Yeah. Looking over at Theobald, we did kind of kill one in the castle, so.
We have means to deal with it.
Hmm.
How much manpower does this resistance have?
A couple dozen regiments of the guard remain loyal to Corvosa, the city herself. We have volunteers, though they're scarcely trained. In all, maybe 200 men we could muster today.
And we should see to bolstering that. I have a hunch that extra hands will be needed.
Hmm.
Luckily for us, the good queen is doing most of the work for us in the recruitment drive of that regard. As you say, she is pushing the people hard. She's attempting to crush all hope in Corvosa. When you take away everything
Oh.
that people have, they're more likely to fight for their lives.
Yes. They'll need a light, but holding a light in the darkness often makes one a target.
Well, thankfully, the one of us who's holding it can come back from the dead as many times as his daughter pleases.
I won't lie to you.
Herbie on the floor trying to play with the new little boy and be like, wait, what?
We are losing. Every day, more people disappear. Every day, more citizens stop believing the city can be saved. We've held what we have together this long because these people believed that you would come back. So tell me, and be honest, separate from obligation to the city and its people, do you believe that Corvosa can still be saved?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we just need to kill the one person that, is causing the issues.
It is bleak, but you haven't left yet. We wouldn't have come back if we didn't think we could do something.
Good. Because if we fail now, there won't be a Corvosa left to save.
No, it sounds like if we wait much longer, it's going to be the same either way.
Cressida moves back towards the central table and unfolds a fresh map of Castle Corvosa. Several sections are marked in charcoal. Others have been scratched out entirely, with frustrated notes written behind them. Most of what we know comes from servants, deserters, smugglers, and survivors. Very little leaves that castle anymore, but enough has escaped for us to know where to start. What happens next decides everything. If we move too early, the rebellion dies before dawn. If we wait too late, I think whatever Iliosa is preparing will become irreversible. So let's talk objectives.
Get the crown off the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with the dragon before that, because otherwise we're going to have to deal with both at the same time, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Discover the source of the Grey Maidens themselves. Something is at work
Cressida.
to bewitch their minds.
Which, I think this would probably be something that Luca would chime into, asking about what about the Hell Knight Citadel nearby? Are they assisting the queen, or are they still being like neutral? Because I know we have like, if there's one supposed to be like really close to here.
Order the chain, I think.
Yeah, there were outposts of the Order of the Chain, though most of them retreated to their citadel, which exists outside of Corvosa, but within its holdings. There are rumors that they plan an assault with Magnamar, though such a military campaign could come much too late.
Then we'll need to acquire what allies we can that are close at hand.
Yes, we have to win back the people, make them believe that the city can be saved. So let's get down to brass tacks. And she points towards towards the map there on the table, near North Point. A new hero appeared several weeks ago. He calls himself Trifacha. Put that in the chat as well.
Mm-hmm. So what's Quattro Formaggio up to?
He stages attack against fake rebels, then swoops in to save the civilians. He's turning public opinion against us. People are starting to believe that we are the criminals now. We don't know who he is yet, but nobody moves like that unless they're trained. And nobody appears out of nowhere during all this by coincidence. We need to find out what he is, and if necessary, remove him.
The character who's got to be the local baker because no one names themselves Three Cheese Bread.
I mean, I would. But that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Then she
Yeah.
taps on the castle's upper courtyard on the map.
Mm-hmm.
You have something to say?
Oh no, I was just
Here?
gonna say, well, stopping guy pulling off false flags is definitely a priority, at least for
Mhm.
maintaining support.
As I've said, we've confirmed sightings. Massive wingspan, usually airborne at night, sometimes accompanied by Sabina Marin herself. You guys don't remember? That is the Iliosa's former personal bodyguard turned captain of the Grey Maidens.
Yep.
Mhm.
Someone that we could potentially reach out to.
Iliosa unleashes that thing openly against the city during the rebellion. We're finished. You don't need to kill it immediately, but we need to know where it layers, whether it can be stopped.
Is that referring to the dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely getting into the castle seems like a task.
Yes, I'm
Oh.
afraid that's not the last time I'm going to ask you to do it. A man named Togamore now acts as the Seneschal. You remember Togamore Merrick from the attempted assassination of Queen Iliosa. He was there at that speech that day.
Mhm.
He advises the Queen directly. He controls access to much of the castle bureaucracy. And if Neolandis returns publicly while Togamore remains alive, legal control of the government becomes complicated. He's been signing executions, and if he dies, we're fine with that. But if he can be captured, that's even better.
Plenty of targets.
Indeed.
So we've got the new Seneschal, we've got the faux hero.
And locating the dragon's lair.
And I wish that were all.
Oh boy.
I understand you've all had interactions with the priest of Abadar, Ishani Datri. If you remember, that was the one who, maybe he's still down here in the characters. I don't think I ever put him down here. He was the priest of Abadar that was helping that family with their sick daughter, but could not directly use magic because of the church's rules against providing that for free.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Ishani opposed Abadar's alliance with Iliosa. He confronted the church leadership publicly, and then he vanished. The last confirmed sighting of him was near Castle Corvosa, and we think he was taken inside.
I'm going to have to prepare a great many scrying spells tomorrow, aren't I?
Mhm.
Fifth on our agenda is the Red Mantis. They are
Those
still
fuckers.
here.
Mhm.
Didn't we kill their leader? I'm trying to remember. We've killed so many, I feel.
Well,
Probably just the dispatched one.
yeah.
Yeah. We don't know how many, but we know at least one high-ranking assassin operates within the palace. If the city learns the Queen hired foreign assassins, support for her collapses overnight. Proof would help.
Wait. Wait, enslaving a populace, but foreign hitmen is a bridge too far.
Sophia puts her hand on your shoulder and like, I hate to break it to you. I learned this earlier than you, and I'm sorry. People are dumb.
Mhm.
Proof would help, but killing their leader would help more.
I'm happy to do that in of itself, just because they've been a pain in our ass the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Proof of all these things is going to be needed. Don't suppose.
As you know,
Mhm.
oh, go ahead.
I was going to be like, we should probably prepare some spells to force people to tell the truth, compulsions or enchantments. Of course, my stuff only works on me, so.
Not so much make people tell the truth as much as I come up with more convincing lies.
Mm-hmm.
We can see
There
what
are some
forms
of
of
them that I
magery
can
we
summon.
have access to within the temple. Unfortunately, the wizards of the academy seem determined to remain cloistered inside of their building, protected by magical runes, hoping to outlast all of this civil war.
Yeah, that's most people's stance, I'd imagine. If we just keep our heads down, it'll blow over.
As you all know, Sabina Marin commands the Grey Maidens. She's also the only reason the city hasn't become worse. She delays executions when she can. She protects prisoners and restrains the queen whenever possible. Yet she still serves her.
Hmm.
But I knew Sabina before this. I don't believe she's beyond saving. And Carlo Orsini believed the same. If there's still a way to turn her against Iliosa, it could save thousands of lives. But if you cannot... She lets that hang in the air for a moment.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I suppose. Considering we don't know where she is at the moment, or if she'd be amenable to ending this madness without direct orders.
Can trap her in a situation in which she would have no choice but to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Her expression darkens further. And she says, let's talk about the devil problem.
There's a devil
We need
problem.
proof.
Yeah, no more quandaries there.
I
We need
mean,
proof. Okay, go ahead.
no, I was just joking.
Mhm.
Listen, I have very good business investments in hell.
Mhm. Do you know which firm
already have-
is representing them?
Mhm.
We already have rumors and frightened stories of them. But if we can expose devil worship or infernal alliances publicly, half the city government abandons Iliosa immediately.
I see. So is it just us and Crescent in this room? There's no, or is there other people in here too?
Yeah, it's there are a few higher ranking members of the guards in here. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I won't share what I was thinking. Because I have this perfectly good dragon soul, and I'm sure my devil contact knows some other devils to add to our forces. But if that's a no, because everyone's prudes.
Go, my undead minions, save the children.
It was literally from a Pathfinder book I read. Is there was a lady who was a devil summoner who her boyfriend convinced to help save literal orphans from a burning orphanage, and her devil familiar. She's like, "All right, you're immune to fire. Go save the children." And he's in dog form, and he starts trotting off. She goes, "Wait, They keep all their limbs and fingers. And then he slumps his shoulders and goes and does.
Okay, hear me out. Christmas movie, right?
Mhm.
Santa's in trouble, sort of. What is it? Nightmare Before Christmas style,
Mhm.
something like this.
Mhm.
And the devil has to save Santa because he's such a useful instrument in making children forget the true meaning of Christmas.
So you're like 50% of the way to that Jack Black movie where a kid writes a letter to Santa
Yep.
but misspells
Oh,
it
yeah.
to Satan
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah,
shows
yeah,
up.
Yep.
I need to watch that one. I just like the
Yeah,
idea of
yeah.
the devil showing up. He's like, well, no one's ever written me a letter before. I was touched, so I came right away.
There's a green text, but I think it's a Besm campaign of
Mm.
the rest of the party's magical girls. The guy that got conned into playing it played a evil scientist using dark magic, and it's amusing read. I'll see if I can find it later.
All right.
Finally, Iliosa must answer for what she's done. She rarely appears publicly anymore. When she does, it's brief, always distant and behind her guards. Something about the reports feel wrong. All of this leads to one thing, and that's Castle Corvosa. Ultimately, in order to achieve some of these objectives, you're going to have to infiltrate it.
I mean, how detailed is the map of the castle that she has?
It's a pretty well detailed map for what each of the chambers was used for before Iliosa's takeover, though
Mhm.
there is missing information on exactly what is going on in there now.
Gotcha.
But as far as the layout of the place, it's pretty accurate, at least
Okay.
for the upper levels, not
Yeah.
the chambers beneath
Mhm.
that are much more ancient. Originally built by the Shawanti that lived in this land.
Is that the dungeon we failed to infiltrate was under there? Or
No, that's a prison, slightly in a different location.
Mm.
Death Head Vault.
Okay. We could probably rock the fucking face off that place now, but
And that's where the Grey Maidens are being produced, right? Or is
Mhm.
That is the Longacre building.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Which is not the same as the prison, right?
No.
No,
Well, does the list continue to grow, or is that the extent of it?
I've given you all our informants have gathered. If we achieve these goals, we'll likely be able to turn hearts and minds towards the rebellion.
I feel like the faux hero is probably one of the better places to start.
Mhm. Perhaps we could start being faux heroes of our own. Uh, Obviously, anything we take down on their side would help later on.
And I feel like
Uh,
it shouldn't be too hard to lure him out. Just do our best to act like resistance in
mm,
North Point. I feel like that's pretty easy. But maybe something a bit more proactive too.
It's a good place to
the
start.
guy, mhm. The guy who was Blackjack is dead, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
Death by crustacean worm.
Yeah, that keeps happening.
So an idea might be to get like black uniforms of our own when we start causing trouble. Be like the actual successors of Blackjack.
I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Good work. Tryfatches inserted himself into the hole that the death of Vincarlo left in the city. The title of Blackjack has existed in Corvosa for at least 100 years, passed down from different individuals. He's a symbol of what the city used to stand for. Protecting the weak. If you could bring that sort of hope back, it could bode well for the rebellion. And I doubt Trifacha will like having competition in the masked vigilante arena.
Would definitely be a way to draw him out, I suppose.
It'll be very risky, but it'd be fairly simple to draw out the Red Mantis assassins as well.
Mm-hmm.
How's travel in the sewers been these days?
We'll occasionally use the sewers to get our men from one point to another, though it is a little perilous considering the creatures that dwell within.
Yeah, Saudi breeding season starts next week, doesn't it?
Where are we in terms of full moon? Getting pretty close. Looks like we're getting pretty close.
Yeah.
That should make fun for the were rats down there.
It's like 1, 2, 3 days from the full moon.
Mm-hmm. Have to work quick.
I guess. Do we have any plans with them since, none of us here, fortunately, sort of deal with them?
Mm.
Oh yes, you
The
probably didn't know.
were
Vic was a
rat.
were-rat.
Interesting.
We found that out literal moments before he died.
Mm-hmm.
The were-rats understandably have no love for Corvosa's former government, though recruiting anyone to our side would be useful in the days to come.
Certainly the one he met probably won't go for it. He seemed to hate humans in general, not just the government. But if he hasn't made a move by now, he's probably gone to ground.
Mhm.
So I remember we were supposed to stop him from attacking back during the plague. Don't know what Vic promised him to get him to not, but we managed to do that without a fight. Actually, were we in the room then?
No, we
I
were
think
not
we
in the
were in the
room.
room.
He solo negotiated. We know that he went in there and talked to them, and when he came back, he's like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he just proceeded to sit on that information.
Mm-hmm.
The embodiment of my own expression of people say that waiting doesn't solve any problems. I say they just haven't waited long enough yet. It will eventually resolve itself. Maybe not how you want it to, but it'll resolve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, the heat death of the universe will solve all the
just gonna
problems
say
we ever had.
I was just gonna say something about how eventually everyone's gonna die, so don't have to worry too much about it.
I'll put these in the chat here so that you're able to easily remember what you guys need to do.
I was just about to ask if someone could type that out because There was a lot of notes to take, and I didn't write down anything yet.
Yeah, I think the only thing in the handout we have for players' notes is look for Salvatore Scream along the coast. I think. Oh no, wait, no, it scrolls down. Okay, we got a lot more than that. But damn, that was like,
Yep.
wow, we haven't kept
Yep.
notes in a while.
Yep.
That was book 3.
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm. These are our current goals, not necessarily in any specific order.
Yeah.
Yes.
I might be able to get evidence of devils, though probably not get rid of them.
I mean, evidence sounds like the big one.
I'm
I think he
sure
means he's
the
going to plant some evidence.
I'm sure the angry mob that'll storm the castle and get rammed through with pitchforks would agree with you, Orphan.
Mhm.
Wait, do they legit use pitchforks? I thought that was.
Sometimes.
But as far as the support for the queen,
Well, they're tritons.
okay.
The important thing for building support is revealing the devils exist. Though taking out as many of the queen's chess pieces as possible would certainly help in the battle.
Let's see.
Attack any of these objectives as you wish, though we cannot strike against the queen until I am certain that doing so will not destroy the rebellion itself.
Mhm.
Well, it does sound like we shall have quite the spirited day tomorrow. If you could give us the location that you last saw the Vascan Gherkin, that would be helpful.
Mhm.
Other than that, we will most likely all need respite. I will need to prepare a new round of spells for information gathering.
Varric Vaskirkin spends most of his time holed up in the old guard barracks. He's the only one who really goes there anymore. That's most likely where you could find him.
What time of day is it at this point?
Night.
Night. Okay.
Mhm.
So, I guess. And what time does the? I'm trying to think of which of these items trigger at night. Does Trifacchia strike at night or just whenever?
From what I
He
understood when they
usually
were saying it,
strikes.
Well, he
Oh.
sets up his own busts.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
It's false flags, so we
Ah.
need to lure
Usually
him
when
out.
he can have as many witnesses as possible. So it's not
Gotcha.
likely.
so if we
he would
keep an
strike
ear
at
out for
night.
maybe there's some kind of like gatherings during the night or something that maybe not
Mm.
gatherings per se, but somewhere where a lot of people are going to be, maybe we can like scope something out like that if there's going to be like an event or something for that one at least. I'm not
His
sure.
Usual stomping grounds are around North Point.
Mhm.
I'm looking at things I can summon because I think I have something that can do an augury, so I can at least ask some questions about the dragon.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can summon 1d3 Aeon Thanatos, and they can do auguries that'll do weal and woe, but those aren't exactly the question one.
Mhm.
Like, but I could use that. Like, if we go towards such and such area, will we have a chance of running into focaccia bread?
Yeah, mange a trois. That's French for threesome.
Mhm, mhm.
It's an option. Like, I'm trying to think of anything I can do outside the box because
Mhm.
options are limited in terms of spells.
Yeah, you can't cast planar ally, can you?
Uh,
I'm looking at it. It doesn't look like wizards or summoners can do it. You feel like summoners should be able to cast planar ally.
Mhm.
It's summoning.
Mhm.
no, I can get planar inquiry and planar infusion.
Okay, yeah, those aren't good then.
Again, the spell list for Unchained Summoner
Mhm.
is kind of dog water.
Yeah.
It's very much dependent on your summons.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, at least we have options for like augury and stuff, because it can help in situations like that.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I can summon now, because I have 8th level summoning. Devils, just lots of devils.
Out of character, I was asking about the summon planar ally thing because I can probably use my diabolical contact with payment to have him do inquiries on my behalf, because if these are devils, hell functions as like a pyramid scheme. Every devil has higher ranking devils that they're contractually bound by. So he can figure out the devil that is controlling the devils here, and then we just use summon planar ally on that devil and kick the shit out of it, and then trap it, and then the other devils are contractually free, and they just fuck off.
Can also, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure if this will come into play for anything we're trying to do, but I have a thing I can summon called an Ementesh Protean.
Mhm.
It can polymorph any object. So if we like say have to kill somebody and we want to have it set to look like the queen was responsible for doing something, we could have it polymorph to look like someone who's known to work for her.
Our own false flag.
Yeah, basically.
Smear campaign.
Mhm.
It
Yes,
would
because
help
she
if
has
that
fantastic
person-
publicity.
Right.
Yeah, it would help if that person can show up and countermand that later on.
Yeah.
So, in the meantime, do we want to go with the blackjack persona and see if that one shakes out Trifakia, and two just gives us a bit more anonymity as heroes until the temperature starts to heat up a bit.
So, who wants to be Blackjack? Who wants to be the Queen of Hearts? Who wants to be the King of Spades?
So you said which area does he frequent? The North Point?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
North Point.
But yeah, we might have to get some gear for that.
So could we go to someone like, I know we're in a place that has a lot of refugees and stuff, but I assume there's at least some rooms we can go into that might be private. Just because I imagine
especially
summoning
in
what
the
looks like a biblically accurate angel in the middle of this place might not be for the best of people's morale.
It's a fantasy world.
This is
Like,
the description of this thing.
arrange
4
for you
bandy
guys to have a
limbs, each
private-
splitting at the elbow into 3-fingered forearms, emerge from this creature's crystalline body.
Mhm.
Ah, Aeons. I do love them.
Yeah, well, while they're doing that, I guess Kira will be tending to the wounded.
It looks like that.
Yep.
Oh god.
Aeons are the best. I love them.
They're the neutral angelic beings.
Although, yeah, they're the true neutral outsiders. Yeah.
Hmm.
Their main concern is just making sure that reality is reality. They are the outsiders that keep the light on for everyone else.
Mhm.
And I haven't had a chance to make a joke about that as Zudor the Time Wizard, but there is an entire subtype of Aeons that all they do is enforce the linearity of time. So every time someone goes back in time to seriously change something, they manifest out of the walls to kick the shit out of them. So I'm just waiting on the opportunity for Zudor in a full campaign to be like, oh no, the time cops.
So it's one of those things. I think it has worse results the more you cast it, unless I'm thinking of the 5e one.
You might be thinking of the 5e.
Okay, this one just has a 79% chance to
Yeah.
succeed, and that's rolled behind the screen, so we don't know if it succeeds.
Right.
Because I'll kind of like spitball with you guys that I was gonna say we're gonna like I want to do like an augury and be like we're going to patrol for Travascia near the main shore boulevard, and it could get wheel for good, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both, or nothing for nothing. And if that doesn't work, I could be like, okay, we're going to patrol Arbiter Way,
Mm.
and then Northgate, and see what we get.
I
So,
mean, we're
it's
about
a-
to
it's a-
reset
it's an
spells for the
option.
night. We're about to reset spells for the night.
This
So
isn't
it
even a
seems.
spell. I just literally summon this creature, and he
Yeah.
has it at will.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just trying to say is that this seems pretty low cost, possible high reward. So why not?
Yeah. So yeah, I will summon this thing. I can summon it for 15 minutes, so it should be able to do all the questions, Michael. So
All right.
my question is basically going to because you have to make it like a statement because you have to have like a particular action will bring good or bad results. And basically, I'm just going to go through the list of Main Shore Boulevard, Arbiter Way, the Sunrise Boulevard, and I'll just say the Saint Alika Way. And just ask if we patrol around there. We're patrolling around those areas to find Trifascia, and it will give us like a wheel or a woe in terms of if it has anything, both, if it has both, or nothing, if there's no result will happen. And then you'll
Alright,
roll
to
behind the
restate-
screen of a D100, and if it's a 79% chance it's going to work, but us as players don't know that, so you would have to roll that behind the screen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can
if
do
want
that.
to just
Go ahead
have,
and restate your statement.
I'll just type it out.
All right. Shout out to the subtly named Dead Shawanti Way.
So basically, the blank is going to be every main thoroughfare, not like 4th, 1st, 2nd Street, all that stuff, but like Main Shore, Arbiter, Dead Shawanti Way, Sunrise Boulevard, Saint Alika Way, Northgate Avenue. Just say we're going to go to that street to look for Trifascia.
Yeah.
And we're being talked to through this thing with multiple limbs and just a crystalline center.
Okay. And how many questions do you get?
I get 1 per casting, but this thing has it at will. So he can do it as many times as I need.
Okay. Roll it then.
I mean, there's a good chance there's going to be nothing for all of them. But this seems like a very like easy way to just rule things out if it turns out to be correct or not.
You get a response of wheel.
To which street? Because I would ask each one individually. So
Oh, okay. So let me roll because there may be conflicting results depending on
Yeah.
The street.
But doing it multiple times will also narrow it down because if we get every one of them wheel, then we know things fucked up. Trying to hedge my bets here.
The poison oracle method.
Alright, so starting with Main Shore Boulevard, you get a result of woe.
Okay.
Then Arbiter Way, you get a result of woe.
Mhm.
Dead Shawanti Way, you get a result of woe. Northgate Avenue, you get a result of wheel. Sunrise Boulevard, you get a result of woe. St. Alika Way, you get a result of wheel.
Gotcha.
With
So,
all this going off the chat, I have to link this.
whoa. So, Northgate and Sunrise. If we're looking for trying to get as much attention as possible, I feel like Northgate would have more foot traffic.
Is one of the main ways into the city.
Yeah. So if he's trying to get more attention, but it's also both close together if we want to patrol Northgate and go off to Sunrise. Keep in mind this augury only applies to tonight. It's not one of those things that lasts multiple days.
Yeah, but I thought we were getting after him in the morning.
Well, that's why I was wondering if we wanted to go tonight, so that's why, like, if we have
mean-
a chance.
There has been a lot of alluding to vampires here. I think we're betting down for a night.
Okay.
Mm. Beyond just try and meet up
I
with.
just thought this guy only comes out during the night, so that's why I was confused.
I don't think we ever were told that.
Okay.
They said
No,
he'd
you were told he comes out during the day.
The dragon
okay.
mostly comes at night.
Yeah.
Well, then that was my fuck up. I'm sorry, guys. I wasted all your time.
No worries. We still know the vague
still-
area in which he can be found.
Yep. So it's at least a good starting point.
Are we still going to run to the bar real quick, see if we can meet up with Mr. Kaskirkin? Get that one out of the way.
I mean, I'm not this night.
If he's that deep in his drink, he'll probably be there in the morning too.
Fair enough. All right.
All right.
If I
Guys
may,
are hungry. All right.
there's two scenes I wanted to do. One is when the briefing breaks. I would like to go over to Cressida and say, when you have the time, a word in private.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and she would oblige
Mm.
and clear the room.
Mhm.
All right. I already know what your answer is going to be, but I'm going to say it anyway. You'll need to let me get you out of the city.
Theobald, I can't abandon my people.
I know, but you also need to understand the position I am in, my niece. You've brought me into this, and now I'm very in this. Contracts have been signed. I am now bound to defeat the Queen, whether I want it or not. The details are unimportant. Know that there is a collision course, and I am set for that. So rest assured, I am going to be fighting your foe, no matter what happens. Except for one possible contingency. If that foe gets to you. Because damn it all to hells, if against all my best wishes, if you are not the only person in this entire piss stain you call a city that I do not wish to see suffer and die. And
Merrick, or is it just the two of you?
no, it's just the two of us. This is a very
Okay,
private
okay.
conversation
I
right
got you.
now.
I got you. Okay. Yep. Gotcha. All right.
I mean,
Continue.
if you're eavesdropping through a door, that's your business. But
No. I wasn't sure if it was the guards or us too. So yep. Go ahead.
Yep.
Continue.
Mm-hmm. Theobar takes a step closer, and if Iliostra gets to you, that means she gets to me. I will kill everyone in your resistance base if it'll spare your life. You need to understand that. I will. These fools, these heroes that you've recruited, that we are going to gallantly ride into the castle, one spell, all it would take, all of them dead, gone, vegetable state on the ground. That is what is at risk here. So if you won't run for yourself and you won't run for me, then please think about running all the people on the other side of that door.
Theobard, whatever bargain you've struck, whatever deal you've made, I did not ask that of you.
I know. I know. It was...
Don't know whether to be flattered or disgusted with you right now.
We all have the lies we choose to believe, Cressida. You choose to believe that this city is worth saving. And I choose to believe that you're worth saving. I know I can't convince you to leave, but I would have to try. I am ill-suited to speaking the truth, but you were owed that much.
Have a good evening, Theobard. I think I'm done with this conversation.
He just nods. And though no one else is in the room, this is the first time Theobard in the entire campaign has actually been vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing I wanted to do is I was going to wait until both Kier and Merrick go to sleep.
Mhm.
So I didn't know if anyone else had
anything
one.
anyone wants to do before that?
Yep.
I don't have anything specific.
All right.
Hold on, I just realized something. Need to look something up. Ah, there we go. Forgot the name of a city. So this will involve me casting a spell, specifically targeting Merrick and Kier, but I think there's no saving through anything, so it's better that I just narrate this result. So you guys go to sleep, and when you wake up, you're in a hallway of a place that you do not recognize. It is fine wood floors with plush red carpeting running the length of the hallway. There is red tapestries and expensive portraits upon the walls. There is a window at the far end that has curtains tied up it, but a little morning sunlight is coming in. You can kind of hear birds tweeting. Everything vaguely smells of mahogany. And then there is a large set of double doors that has one door open next to the window at the end of the hall. And that's just what you guys wake up in.
Are we both at the same place together?
Yeah. Just on the floor. There, you do see there's like, what is it called? A Dufan, one of those sitting couches that fancy lays would sit on if they get the vapors. But you're just on the floor, and that's going to be funny in a second. You'll see why.
Gotcha.
Well, this ain't the oddest thing that's happened so far, but
Mhm.
it's up there.
Can't tell if this is another portent or I don't even know what this is. Does it
Have a
feel like a
guess?
lucid dream?
I have a guess, but there are other options.
Oh, at least I'm not alone this time. He would poke Kira on the shoulder. You are you, right?
As far as I know.
How the hell am I supposed to know if I'm not me? If I was a hallucination, wouldn't I say yes?
Yeah, so I guess we're heading to the door.
Mhm.
On the other side of the door is a wide room that is lined with bookshelves, with stacks upon stacks upon stacks of books, all neatly organized and categorized with those sliding ladders. And it's a very fancy private library. So it's got those like narrow little walkways up on the steps, up on the bookshelves too. And it has 2 windows on the far side that's overlooking a coastal city that probably neither of you have gone to. But then there is a fireplace that is crackling with someone in one of the 2 cushioned armed chairs with a book and a drink with their back to you. And over the fireplace is a large painted portrait of 2 people. One of them is Theobard, and he's standing behind with his hand on a woman about his own age with dark hair, but like a single lock of gray that's so perfectly placed it had to be dyed. That has just a few wrinkles like Theobard, but where his are for frowning, hers are more smile lines. And that's when Theobard says from the chair, "You didn't bumble in the hallway as long as I thought you would."
And there didn't seem too many other places to go.
Not too many
Suppose
places
as
to
long as
bumble
it's
into.
actually you, that my guess was right. So what's all this show about, sir?
It's me, in a sense. We needed to have a conversation. Did you want any refreshments?
I
I'd be down for some
suppose.
lemonade. Sounds good.
Ring a bell, and then suddenly just a halfling who you've never seen before in a butler's outfit just manifests, it seems like, from behind you. And goes, "Yes, Master Croftiarty." And he goes, "Kier, what will you 2 be having?"
Dealer's choice, I suppose.
"Right. Whiskey for the gnome, milk for the orphan." And the butler gnome departs. Theobard closes the book and stands up. "As I said, conversation was needed. In case you're wondering, I shall illuminate. You are, as of right now, still very much asleep under that graveyard. This is a mental construct I have made, all within our shared consciousness for us to have a communion. You may leave any time by exiting through any of my estate's windows or doors." And as Theobard says that, you immediately are filled with that knowledge to know that that's true. You could literally leap out the window right now, and you would just wake up in your body.
Okay. So, seems like the ideal place to have a discreet conversation. I'm very curious at this point.
This world is entirely out of my own construction, out of my memories. my personal study from the Diarty estate back in Igorian, the capital of Chiliax, my home.
Hmm.
Gestures to the city out the window. These books are filled with my collective knowledge, and Jeeves, the butler reappears with a tray of drinks, is a simulacrum I have constructed in my own mind.
Mhm.
It's nice to get away from the world from time to time and enjoy simulated mental versions of various beverages and comforts that you wouldn't get in the waking world.
Like milk.
Whole milk.
Okay. And Merrick would kind of nod towards the painting, and would that be Cressida's mother?
No, Cressa's mother would be my sister.
Ah.
Mm.
Oh,
Ah.
you are married, aren't you?
That would be my wife, yes.
Yep, forgot all about that.
What? Oh, family drama, okay.
Hmm.
That'd be my
Yeah,
wife.
right.
Do we want to pause or just
I mean,
Richard, he's not in this scene, right?
No, he's
Mhm.
not.
Yeah, so we can just
Mm.
continue
Mm.
and get to the end of the scene before we
Yep.
move on.
That would be my wife, Giovannia.
Hmm.
Now then, with a gesture, the other red armchair moves over to the guy and then just splits like a mitosis cell into two.
mhm.
Theobald takes a seat.
Mhm.
We should have a serious conversation about the future, the three of us, because in case you haven't noticed, our little merry band of suicidal morons is now 60% child and shapeshifted animal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is why the others are not here.
In the back of your mind, you hear the dwarf crying in his sleep.
Too bad they won't wake up to comfort you. They're under a spell.
It has certainly taken a weird turn.
Indeed. It's my understanding that when you embarked upon this journey, you two are the only two that are remaining of the original troop.
Yep.
Seeing as how Luca is not actually a spirit, but a psychic ghostly impression of a
Mm.
memory.
Mm.
So,
True.
we are fate-bound to fight this queen and free this city or whatever some shit that would involve. Theobald just drains an entire glass of some clear alcoholic beverage in one go.
To regicide. Drink the milk.
Mhm.
So what you two need to start putting thought into is what will come after. You remember the contract signing with the Kuthies, I would assume?
Yeah. At least
Mhm.
for the most part.
Well, then I shall illuminate you onto some truths of the contract signing that you are not aware of. Ones that I can only do while in the confines of gestures around.
Mhm.
I obscured the language of all I can. The rest of you are not bound by the contract. Only I am. And so long as it's fulfilled, for the next 50 years, the Kuthies shall not enact any vengeance upon Carvosa, even if they are denied their prize. All that matters is that the Shadow Count leaves the city with the crown in his possession. It was only due to some clever wordplay on my part and of my diabolical contact that I am able to speak of this, as I am forbidden from speaking it aloud. But we are currently speaking mind to mind. Now, I have made no secret that I do not care one iota about the fate of Corvosa.
Yes, but we do, and I suspect someone you actually care about does as well.
I glare a quick dagger at Merrick and then return to the conversation.
What I do?
I just assume you told Kier. You probably didn't, but I just assume.
Mhm.
So, you need to decide what you're going to do after the queen is defeated and the Shadow Count takes the crown. Are you going to let it go?
Do we have any idea what he plans on doing with it? Is
Does
Suppose
that
the primary
matter?
suggestion is that we destroy it after he leaves the city, even if that kills him.
well, if does the contract specify the crown must continue to be enchanted? I don't know if it's possible to break an artifact like that, but
The crown must leave the city, and the Shadow Count must be happy with his prize until that point. And I can do nothing for the next 50 years. But you can.
Mm.
There is a great many allies you have acquired in your journey. Think of them, and be grateful, for I'm doing you far more kindness here than I normally like to extend.
doesn't count because it's all a dream, right?
Try to be smart, Orphan, it doesn't suit you. Look, as I understand it, once upon a time you two fancied yourself becoming heroes. I still remember the orphan here trying to jump down a worm
Mhm.
to some sort of spiritual rebirth. How's that going for you, by the way?
And brushes of death will do that, but not the sort of spiritual awakening I was promised, that's for sure.
Yes, because when someone tells you to do something that's crazy, and then says it's for your own best interest,
Mm.
it never is.
Mhm.
All I am doing is I am merely setting the tools upon the board, all the pieces, and put it within your line of sight.
I don't know about hero, but one tries to do the right thing, at least as they see it.
Mm.
And of course, the question is how much of this, and he kind of gestures, meaning the state of the city,
Mm.
is the queen originally, or the crown influencing what's left of her mind? If it is the dragon, whatever, what was his name?
Kazaivan.
Kazevan. And having already taken over her mind and working to get a body back, or if it's her own evil. If it's the crown, then whoever takes it is going to be influenced similarly. You've worked out at least a 50-year grace window on that, but I imagine if it is his soul in the crown, then he'll want his city back.
If you are
I see.
inexperienced, I shall let you know, as someone who has briefly seen beyond the borders of Tunadal, and has worked with the Kuthis. The followers of Zon-Kuthon are, even by my own standards, evil to a fault. They speak of purity and of growth and of endurance, but they live to purely inflict pain upon the world. I am well aware of the dark reputation of my homeland of Cheliax, but even the Chelish government treads lightly when dealing with those fiends. And
I'm
this
aware of how evil
artifact,
Cheliax is.
is a product of one of the scions of Zon-Kuthon. If not now, then in the future. Nothing joyous will come from it.
Well, depending on his entourage, this could be more or less possible. Or we might just have to break it beforehand and he won't get to leave the city happy. Does that impact you? that's
My
the case.
soul, I would have to do everything in my power to stop you, otherwise my soul would go straight to hell.
That would be impactful.
I
Mhm.
already got you once. I have one spell that let me leave this area, and I could just stab your bodies.
Yeah.
Like the dragon.
Yes.
That's why I told you how to get out of here first.
Mm-hmm. No. Okay. Might also determine how he plans on leaving the city. I suspect when he has his prize, he's not going to linger on the roads.
Mm-hmm.
If I may suggest the Skull Clan.
Character, I'm trying to remember.
The
There-
Shawanti tribes that we met with, that
Mhm.
we got the location of
Yeah.
the Kazavon's castle, because they really don't like him, and they really don't like
Mm-hmm.
Zonkuthon and all that.
Okay. And is
Mhm.
your this is out of character because Theobald wouldn't know, but
Mm.
your previous character, blanking on his name at the moment,
Barrel Walker, yeah.
Barrow Walker, was he related to the Skull Clan?
Yeah, he was a tribe member, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Um,
Because they were all undead slayers.
Mm.
Zonkuthon's got a lot of undead.
Yeah, contacting the Shawanti is definitely something we should do. At least let them know about that. They'll probably come up with their own interference, and that'll be completely outside your knowledge.
Precisely. I will do everything in my power to see the queen defeated. But what happens to Corvosa afterwards will be for you to decide.
Though another possibility occurs,
Mhm.
or at least caveat. You specified that specific individual. What if he's not around to accept?
Well, then what happens, happens.
Hmm.
Because, Michael, it was specifically stated the shadow count, right? In the contract?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I assume you're not able to take him out, so.
No, we're not allowed to inflict harm, physical, spiritual, or emotional upon each other or any one of our direct blood relations.
Mhm. Okay, so you have to stop to recap, you have to stop us from breaking the crown before it's handed over to him.
Before
But
he
if
leaves
he's
the
not
city.
around, yeah.
If he leaves
That's-
the city and I hear the shadow count's getting jumped on the road, I'm like, haha, tough titties.
Mhm.
That's why I specified before handing it over to him.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, he has to accept it and then leave the city
Yes.
for the contract to be
Mhm.
literally fulfilled. But then you got that 50-year grace period afterwards.
Mhm. I tried to get it to a century, but they threw an issue with that, which told me that that was the right call.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Generally, people who do not plan on inflicting torture don't complain about not being able to do torture.
Mhm.
Well, we'll see what happens, I suppose. Definitely nothing good should they get their way. But there are several large issues between now and then, such as getting the crown in the first place.
Mhm.
Doubt she'll part
Precisely.
with it quite willingly.
But we could still make a few calls in the meantime and let some key people know so that they could make their own plans. Like you said,
Mhm.
a certain clan and perhaps a former seneschal.
And I felt it prudent for you to know, as I know some of your numbers' mind works slightly more slowly than the other.
Well, I definitely appreciate this conversation. So the situation feels like it can't get any more complex, but I'm quite sure it can.
It always can get worse. But, as Kier pointed out astutely, I do not do it for your benefit.
Mm-mm.
This will be the last service I shall render you on this topic. And I shall not speak of it again, not on the waking world.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Loop in anyone else who you wish, but I
Mm.
have no part. I have put myself at great personal risk to give you this opportunity.
Mm.
So please, makes direct eye contact with Merrick.
Mm.
Merrick uses your
Mhm.
name.
Mm.
Don't fuck it up.
Didn't call you orphan.
I won't. Too important to fuck up.
Meanwhile, Kier takes a long, finishing drink of the whiskey.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, haven't had Chilaxian whiskey in a long time. And just kind of stares at the fire.
Mm-hmm. Well, unless there's anything else, I have several more hours of this spell that I intend to enjoy. The window's over there.
Merrick will put the glass down and say, well, have a good night, and just proceed to run and jump out the window. All
Yep.
dramatic like.
Mm-hmm.
As you smash through the window, you have the momentary sensation of realizing that Theobald didn't turn off pain when he could have in this world. So you feel like getting shredded by glass right before you wake up.
Yep. That's about right.
You
That's
just
about
wake up going, my arm did nothing! Ah!
Kier looks at that, looks back at Theobald, kind of shrugs, and then walks towards one of the doors.
Yeah. I'm amazed he bought that. No, I'm not,
Mhm.
actually.
Yep.
Yep, that's all I have. I will now retask my spells for the scrying.
Mm-hmm. Is Richard worn off the family aggro? I don't think so, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen him get back.
Richard, are you here? No. Well, good seeing everybody.
Yeah,
Bio break?
Sounds good to me.
might as
seems
well.
like it.
Cope, I feel bad, but you have kind of written you into this.
You know,
You
I'm
kind
gonna
of
stick it
have
out that I've written
yourself.
myself into it myself.
Mhm.
It's interesting. I mean, I will admit, I did about an hour ago pull up at Axis and Allies because I was falling asleep, and I
Yeah.
was like, I went and got a Coke. I came back in and I was like, it started happening again. Okay, I'm just gonna do this and listen, and this will just be because it's just mindless action in the background.
Mhm.
But at least I'm not falling asleep.
If you want to change ideas for the character, I don't mind.
I want to play him out a little while. I like the idea. It naturally flowed, and it will. If I don't like it, it will show me that I will never want to do this again. Like
'cause
play a
You've
character that
written
doesn't have
yourself
much
into it. Yeah.
Yeah,
any verbal interaction.
Because it's not that just that you're mute, but you're also a child. Because like I played the Orc Laukov, and I very explicitly chose a language that like no one else spoke. So I was mostly nonverbal, but he was like super active in the world and doing shit.
Right.
Mhm.
You know?
And I'll see in the next game or two if I find my niche or if he needs to be retired to the orphanage.
The dwarfenage.
For a moment there, I thought Theobald was writing himself out of the story.
He's tried, but his niece
With the
doesn't want to go
Scrub
nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's still not impossible that right before we go to the final battle, like, all right, let's go into that. I'm like, great, sleep, teleporter to the dwarf city, drop her off, and teleport back.
I mean, what
I
is she
mean,
gonna do?
Yeah, she was to do run. She already thinks I'm a bastard. What am I gonna do? Ruin a reputation?
Yeah, it's relatively easy if you want to have the other hammer hands find out
Come in.
that find out what's happened and come pick him up,
Corvosa has waged war against the Hammerhands.
because we've already established they have magic to detect other hammer hands.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember that, was it a maul or a mace that Vic carried? That was a fist. When
It was a
Ovik-
flail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a flail. It was a fist. But
I gotta
when,
say, this all sounds rather heavy-handed.
when Ovik got close, it started holding up the number 1 instead of being a fist.
I
So,
don't remember
which
that. I forgot that.
Just
Yeah,
heads
it
up, guys. By
detects
the way,
other hammer hands.
I'm probably gonna have to ditch out in like half hour earlier than usual.
All right. So let's
Okay.
go to that tavern so that way Sophia can get her role playing scene in.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, if we need to flow into that somewhere else, that's fine too. I just didn't want to let you guys fail to fucking can't talk right now.
No, it happens all the time to me. Yeah.
But trying to, I don't know what the fuck I was about to say. Don't worry about it. Never mind. I'm doing great, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel it.
So are you feeling up for that scene? Because, like you said, that's your time to
If we
shine.
wanted to delay it until the time and we start our next session, I'm not gonna object.
I mean,
Okay.
But if it flows naturally, we'll take care
well,
of it.
it's just the question
that-
is because we're probably going to spend like the next 30 minutes doing scrying and trying to figure out where people are. So
I mean, that's fine.
if
we
you
want
want to cut your teeth on something,
Or if you want to chill night and not worry about the scene right now for whatever mindset you're in.
I was gonna say because having trouble speaking because I'm really frustrated because of family life
Yeah.
stuff right now, which is what
Okay.
That's what I was wondering. So
the whole family drama I mentioned. So that's why I'm having a hard time speaking, which is the only issue I have.
then we could wait until you're able to be fully
Yeah.
immersed in it. So
Mhm.
that's good.
Yeah, it's got the whole Trifacha thing. You guys can get done
Yeah.
tonight if you want.
Yep.
That
All
way you
right.
can just mute and listen to our dulcet tones.
hmm
So where are we on dressing Shardra up as Blackjack and having her fly around like Superman and solving crimes?
I'm in. Let's do
I'm
it.
in. I didn't
Quick.
hear earlier that was Shardra that you were going to do that with. That's fantastic.
She's not Superman.
I
She's
mean, I figured
Superman.
all of us, but you know, the one that
someone-
can fly could definitely add some. at
Someone
least
get a little
banner.
domino mask for Little O and he can be Robin.
In. Do it.
Blackjack and
Plus,
Yellow
we're also
Jacket.
the only ones that
I was-
have never been to the city, so it's like that scene from I think it was one of the Justice League cartoons with Lex Luthor's in the Flash's body. I don't know who this is.
Yeah, I love that. I
Yeah,
learned the
yeah.
Flash's secret identity. I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
This changes nothing.
It can't really pump up for information since neither of them know anything and probably can't even converse anything.
And
of
can't
substance.
speak. Yeah. No.
Some writer at some point had
Butterfly goes
such a
by.
fun idea of thinking about that. Of like, yeah, it wouldn't do anything at all.
Yeah.
That was
Cool,
the
some
same
guy.
one. That was the same episode where Flash and Lex Luthor's body left the bathroom at the Legion of Doom. And they're like, "Aren't you gonna wash your hands?" And he goes, "No, because I'm evil." All right. So we wanna get some cheese into this focaccia, or
Yeah, let's try to see if we could outcompete him with our
Mhm.
showmanship.
Definitely got to get disguise masks for the rest of us as well, though. Maybe not full on blackjack get up, but you know,
yeah.
At the very least, because we're recognizable, especially me.
All right. I'm just clicking my spells together. Let me know what you guys need from me, the Master of Illusions, because this kind of sounds like it was your plan in the first place. So,
I mean, I think all of us should be. Seeming is probably a good spell just to have in our back pocket for a bit. You know, so
Mhm.
a bunch of us as just Joe random people, and then Chardra and Little O as the dynamic duo.
Out of character, love this. In character, Theobald's like, this is the stupidest idea.
Yep, we'll ride along.
Mhm.
Of course, he didn't know that y'all are talking about doing this right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if he is actually working for the Queen, which is fairly obvious, but
Mm.
he's definitely going to notice if we take out guard.
You guys also are fairly certain where his next appearance will be because of the Wheel and Low.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like the intersection of those two streets by the bridge.
So if we cause trouble there, he'll definitely notice us, especially if we're dressed up like the old savior of Korvosa.
Well, so I'm going to join the conversation, but just out of character,
Mhm.
as we're just talking amongst ourselves and not characters, I believe.
Mhm.
It sounded like he was staging events with fake resistance people who
Yes.
were in on the
Yeah.
gag.
Mhm.
So would it be more wise to like try and watch where he goes after so we could fall into his lair and unmask him or kill him?
Well, yes and no. I mean, it's an option.
Yeah,
I guess we could split the group.
I feel like the best approach for this guy in general might be to reveal him as a fraud rather than try to avoid turning him into a martyr.
Mm,
Well, and if we
yeah.
track him back, maybe some of us could try and track him back. The others could try and. So what are we trying to do? Like capture him in the street and.
Probably
Maybe,
capture as
yeah.
plan A. Although,
I mean, ideally, if we could cause a scene with whatever scene he's doing, just hijack it and possibly reveal him for the fraud he is. Find a way for his stooges to break character or reveal the farce for what it is.
mhm.
I think at that point it's just a matter of seeing how it goes whenever he's doing his performance and seeing how we can interject. I don't know.
The citizens that his fake resistance fighters attack, are the citizens in on it?
Probably
Probably
not,
not.
but also possible.
So maybe we show up as actual resistance fighters and or blackjack and defend the citizens against the fake resistance fighters before he gets there.
I mean, it won't make people like the Resistance more.
Hmm.
They'll just steal his thunder.
But what if the true resistance protects against the fake resistance?
I
don't know.
feel like we're making this more complicated when we should just see where he shows up and kick the
Yeah.
shit out of him, and then he turns into like a demon or whatever.
All right.
Actually, it might be good to see if we can figure out. I mean, if illusions or anything like that are in play,
Mhm.
I think we have a somebody that might be good to show a novice in their place.
Listen, I'll just be on the scene with greater invisibility cast on myself. You guys can get in costumes and whatnot.
Hmm. Certainly the safer option.
Mm-hmm.
Little O has Robin pajamas.
Not the superhero, the bird.
Mm-mm.
His face
It's
just
even
out of a
weirder.
little cloth beak.
We are sending this kid into battle.
Y'all, y'all have never even seen him fight yet, have you?
No.
Nope. But we're
No,
bringing
so
the
yeah,
kid.
That's a bad idea. Y'all wouldn't be doing that.
Hey, I am on paper as being a bad person.
Mm.
I literally did my first 2 genuinely nice things, and one of them I was called a piece of shit for doing.
Mm.
It's almost like being evil doesn't pay, guys.
No, being nice doesn't pay.
Charity definitely doesn't pay. Anyway,
Neither does nonprofit.
so I guess first order of business is find the dude.
Yeah.
Second is either trail him or kick his ass. So,
Let's
Uh.
go to the meeting of those 2 streets.
mm-hmm. Though I think we're down to 35 minutes on Richard. So
Mm-hmm.
if it does turn to combat, we might not have time.
Might be like just 2 guys. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, just let it phase out.
I-
It might just be like a
I
little
mean,
bit
if
of a
it
riot.
pauses mid-combat, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. I mean, if
Hmm.
all else fails, I can continue to annoy Michael by using an instant wind spell, but
Speaking of, he's muted.
yep.
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm. Have
All
any
right.
interjections?
So, you guys head out into the city to the location that your spell told you Trifacha's next false flag would be.
Mm-hmm.
So, here we go. So when you get to the North District, things feel strangely wrong compared to what you've seen in the rest of the city. It seems a little bit too peaceful, a little bit too orderly. The streets are clean. Children laugh in alleys where months ago they hid from the Grey Maidens, and people are working and living.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys disguised at this point?
Yeah, we wouldn't.
Or are you just
Merrick's there.
'Cause you guys
Merrick's
are-
there- Yeah.
I mean, I can just hit us all with a seaming, and we can look like
Yeah.
normal citizenry if you want.
Yeah.
Under that, I'd be wearing a mask. And
I was gonna say I'm gonna make a
different
disguise
outfit,
check just in case dispelling of any kind to have
Mhm.
Luca and Sophia just look like just townsfolk as best she can.
Yeah, I'll also just throw a seaming on top of that.
but- Mhm.
Just in case there is a dispel that they don't recognize our faces or something.
Mm.
It was in the bird costume.
you
I was gonna say,
meander
in case if they
around.
he's a kid, he's a kid.
You meander around this area until about midday, and then, as you pass through the street, you hear shouting erupt ahead. And the crowd parts, people run, you see merchants slam the shutters of their establishments, and you hear a woman scream as a dozen armed men pour into the streets. Thugs in leather armor, clubs, axes, and knives. As you see them arrive at one shop in particular and begin to shake down the shopkeeper within. You know, this shop is only open because you're a traitor. You side with the queen, you pay her exorbitant taxes, provide her with whatever she needs. I think it's about time we showed people like you what this city needs. As one prepares an alchemist fire in their hand and chucks it onto the building.
Mhm.
crowd laughs and cheers as they watch it burn. And the shopkeeper runs out of the building and is quickly surrounded by them.
Yeah, we
Merrick
Did we-
kind of look at the others and see if we
Can
do
I-
want to do anything about it.
Can I do a perception as someone who knows about illusions? Is this play acting or is there magic
Yeah,
at play?
I'm good. Do a sense motive too. See
I
if
can also just
this
back
is
this
the
up with a,
stage
a
performance.
detect magic as well.
Just trying to see what direction this performance is going.
Mm.
You guys know that these are probably the fake rebels you've been told
Mhm.
about, but there is
Yep.
no magic, and the shopkeeper seems very real.
Mm,
Gotcha.
Okay. Now I think I'll do a perception check, see if I could find the main character hiding in the wings somewhere.
Not
I think
yet.
not yet. Okay.
Mhm.
If we could find him
Wait
before he makes
around for the
grand entrance.
superhero entrance.
Well, I'm kind of curious if we could catch him waiting in the wings and abscond with him then, and just let this scene peter out as the Stooges not realize that, or as they realize that their lead actor's missing, and now they're just stuck as NPCs.
No, that won't change the opinion of the resistance. We need to wait for the lead actor to get here, then jump him, and when all the stooges go to defend their master, then they'll be all on the same side. And that's
Mm.
much more damning.
Good call.
Okay, I like that.
You guys see one of the thugs push the merchant onto the ground as another one pulls out a long knife. He's like, I don't think he's learned his lesson yet. Maybe we should take his thumbs, putting into his merchanting.
Right,
Maybe
I'm
we should
going
take
in.
his tongue, putting into his blathering.
Right, I'm going in.
Getting in it now?
Nah, I'm not gonna
All right, Kira, you
stand
Oh.
by while they hurt the dude.
Hmm.
The shop can be rebuilt, but you know,
Mhm.
especially if they're fake.
Mhm.
Stood by for while they
Uh,
were doing that punishment thing yesterday, but Mhm.
I like it, Kier. Leave with your heart.
Hmm.
all right, Kier. So how are you going about it? You approaching them first? You leading with an attack? Most everyone except for you guys and the thugs have cleared out, and they're starting to take notice of you.
Mhm. I'm gonna lead off with a. Yeah, let's toss a confusion bomb into the biggest group of them. Maybe not the guy. Well, no. If he's acting on impulse, he's going after the dude on top of the merchant and running in and chucking a bomb with the targeted to not hit the shopkeeper.
All right.
Assume 31 will hit. Random
Yep, definitely
passerby
hits.
dude. Mhm.
You lay him out flat as the others begin to approach you, and you hear one of them say, "And who are you? Another loyalist?"
Point at him and as the disguise dissipates. I assume we've got a dismissible one.
Yeah, well, why not?
Revealing the halfling wearing a lot of black clothes, a white mask of just smooth, polished ivory,
Hmm.
and a very long cowboy type hat. You frauds, you work with the queen and the fake hero. We're here to put an end to you. And your reign of terror.
They're going to give a perception because it's not like you guys aren't known at this point. See if they can identify you. If you have disguise, you can roll it.
I mean, I cast seeming on all of us,
Mm.
so we look like normal townsfolk.
But here just dispelled the seeming from
Oh yeah,
Mine's
that's a
not
fair
very
point.
good. Plus, I'm
I have a
yelling at
disguise
them,
up
so
already.
they have a chance to identify it by voice anyway.
Yeah.
I just
Um,
Sophia and her dad just kind of look like random passerbys, not even mixed with the crowd of them.
Yeah, I'm a wizard.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna roll. I'm a baby.
All right, so all the disguises fail, and they're
Mhm.
able to put some
Even mine?
inferences together once they realize Kier. And where's your disguise?
It was above. I said I did it before we had the seeming up. It's 30 foot 2.
Okay. Well, yes, but once they put together the rest of the story, it's not going to be that hard to figure out who everyone is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think
Yeah, you're
Theobald we
invisible.
recognize. Theobald, no, I'm not invisible. I hadn't had a
Oh.
chance to cap that yet because Greater Invisible is rounds. But Theobald has the shawl of shadows that makes his face when he has the hood up just look like a blank void. So while I don't think they know who Theobald Crofty Arty is, they would definitely recognize that weird faceless wizard in red robes that's always helping them.
All right. So one shouts out, You're the rebels. The heroes that left this city 2 months ago.
Yes, the real ones
Even
back to
worse.
purge the city of you.
Even worse than a loyalist. Deserters! You left us to fend for ourselves while the Queen destroyed this place. You
You're
come back
nothing
now?
You're nothing but bandits. You do not have the right to call yourselves rebels. Gotta make it
Check something
theatrical.
really quick. Where is it? Here it is.
I like it. Kier for blackjack.
Mhm.
I was waiting for stuff to load. All right. Let me tell you, no one wants you here.
I'm not just chucking
We
out
all
bomb
wish you
whenever
just.
he says that.
Good old bombs.
Well, I think his action will resolve first because it's
Yes,
a.
yes, I'm sure he has something as he's saying it because I gotta mix it up and toss it.
We all wish you'd just go to hell. Kier, give me a will save.
Okay, I'm gonna tap to add 4 to that. Feel like that is. That's a 2.
Coming
Actually,
up
probably.
just short.
Yeah,
Kier disappears.
Did they just wish him to hell?
Or use the banishment spell.
I just looked at the 2. I was gonna reroll, but
I thought banishment doesn't work if you're actually from the plane.
Oh yeah, I'm
it
getting confused with the
depends.
fight. Yeah.
There's multiple ways to do that, but let's see. I don't know. You want me to reroll or? So I was gonna tap after seeing that was a 2.
You've already used a hero
Yeah.
point to add
Okay.
to it, so you can't use it again in the same round.
Mm.
1, 2, 3. Roll. One's gonna point at Merrick, and he's gonna say, "We wish you looked more like the ungrateful pigs you are." Give me a will save, or give me a fortitude save, Merrick.
I'll tap a hero point to add 8 to this up ahead. So I'll just add the 8 after I roll.
All right.
That should do it.
You can feel some kind of magical effect try to take hold. And lastly, one will point at Sophia and say, "We wish you just up and die." Give me a fortitude save, Sophia.
Okay, I'm going to add a 8 to it. 30.
Yep, it's a good thing you added 8 to it, or you would have died.
I spellcraft this.
Sure.
And that's still
Well, good.
30.
That's still a 30. Good thing we don't have.
Mhm.
They don't appear to be casting spells themselves, which means this effect is coming from somewhere else.
Gotcha.
And then, I would assume some fighting would break out here, but these guys aren't really high enough level to give you guys any problem.
Mhm.
Nor are they really trying to get hurt here.
I would like to try another perception check, see if I could find. Scrolling up. Trifecta.
Yeah.
There we go.
Breadman.
Yeah.
Triple fucker.
You notice a crowd of civilians start to gather around.
Just roll 39.
Yep. And you notice it around the same time as the rest of the civilians do. A cloaked man in shadow sitting atop a northern rooftop. And someone in the crowd gasps and cries out, "It's Trifacha!" You see people cheering and children pointing. And the thugs immediately scatter, going, "Trifacha, run! Get out of here!" And the masked figure watches as they dissipate. "Greetings, heroes of yesterday. My name is Trifacha. Have you heard of me? No matter. I am the true hero of the people of Corvosa, for I defend the loyal citizens of our beloved queen instead of fomenting chaos in the streets. As you can see, with the exception of a few clots of filthy rebels, Corvosa is at peace now, and soon prosperity and happiness will smile over it again. I dare say that harmony first began to return not long after you vanished from our streets. And judging by the nature of the divine retribution visited upon you just now, I would say that even the gods might agree. We do not want further trouble in our town. But
You
since
just
I
want the
know you
populace
mean
in chains.
But since I know you mean to continue disrupting the tranquility of my fair city, it looks like I'll have to stop you. But instead of a fight that would end in your humiliation, perhaps you'll agree to a duel. Me against one of you, with the winner agreeing to leave Corvosa for good, along with all allies.
Who are your allies?
I act alone, but I know there exist at least 4 of you here now. Maybe more. How many more
Almost.
rebel scum hide in our streets wearing disguises instead of presenting themselves openly, such as I?
It sounds like you act on behest of the queen, or at least the Grey Maidens. So, are they not your allies, or are you immune to your own deal?
I am not allied with the Queen directly, though anyone can see that the crime in this city has lowered since you have left and she has been allowed to take complete control. The beggars have work.
How fascism works?
The beggars have work. The shopkeepers tend to their shops in peace for the first time in this city's history. That is, except for the ragged bunch of rebels you no doubt called here.
So, I myself don't know how I could word it right now.
Mm.
But I would want Sophia to like call out and mention something about how like when he called out about how like the he said something about how like the poor or something have jobs and everything or have work or whatever.
Mm.
And basically pointing out how like the work that he claims they have is either forced labor or like basically indentured servitude close enough to slavery to call it as such, essentially. Basically just trying to make sure it's loud enough that other people hear it. And basically just trying to like put holes in his logic that simple enough that where people could understand. And I'm not sure if you'd let me roll diplomacy to kind of try to get my point across right now. Kind of like sway the audience a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
43.
And there are definitely some who remember your heroism from before, though many have bought into the Trifacha story, as in the last 2 months he has protected this particular district.
Orphan.
And he says, then let the gods decide who deserves to watch over this city. A duel, me versus your strongest member.
Orphan, duel him.
Merrick will shrug and say, I volunteer. I'll put the false hero that you are in your place.
Okay, so out of character, I fully plan to use magic to rig this, so I just want to be able to slip away to be able to cast magic for 2 rounds. Because I can step through shadows, so if I can roll stealth to just like, while everyone's focused on the fight, get a little bit of distance so they don't hear me chanting. If that's something I can do.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not
All right.
focusing on you right now.
You know what? I'm gonna reroll it. Yeah, that's better. I use my shadow step ability, wizard, to I just like step into an alley and fade from the shadows, and then I'm like in a shadowy crevice on top of a roof or something like that. So over the first 2 rounds of the combat, I am going to cast 2 spells. The first round is I'm going to cast Wall of Force, so there's going to be an invisible wall of force around their combat.
Okay.
And then the second round is I was going to cast. Oh wait, no, I didn't prepare Mindscape Door. Oh no. I'll think of something clever, but I'll start with the Wall of Force. That way, this guy can't get away. Because I was going to cast Greater Mindscape and put both Merrick and that guy in there, and it's going to be identical to this area, but in a Greater Mindscape, I can turn off damage. So you physically can't hurt each other.
Okay.
And then just, I mean, I guess I don't have to Wall of Force them. I can just just do that, and then we could just scoop them up.
And is this guy in a mask or no?
Yeah, he's wearing a mask.
Either way, we'll see how Merrick does, and I'll start throwing some spells to cheat stuff here before too long. I can make him forget how to use weapons and things.
Yep. I'm setting up the map right now.
I imagine, is there a time where I could put up some buffs, or is this basically just no time to prepare?
He's not going to let you put up a bunch of buffs when you're
I
about
didn't
to
think so.
duel.
That's why I asked.
Okay, no, I figured out my plan. Definitely what I'm going to be doing. We can continue the combat, but just don't die in two rounds. That should be good.
I'll do my best.
Oh no, it's an audio. I got along.
Oh, I got you guys on the wrong one. No, I still have other
Yeah,
tokens.
Damn, this is the
From this
throwback.
map.
That would be the best plot twist ever. That this guy is just an Adiog in a trench coat.
I've got all these city maps all in one
Yep.
for just fights in the city.
Makes sense.
You guys are down here. You guys can move yourself wherever you would be.
If only I knew where that was.
But poor Kier, he had such a good hero step up speech. He's just like, and vanish.
Mhm.
Hey, Michael, I do not have control of the dwarf token. Not that it
Okay,
matters,
let me fix that.
but if you can run it for future.
Yeah, let me fix it.
Sophia would be over by the child.
Oh, is he dressed like a red mammoth? Well, I was going to move
No.
over to be over by you, but yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Either way.
Red Manus have very specific uniforms that they wear.
No, this guy's clearly
His
wearing a
mask aimed
mask
in
from
red.
Skyrim. It's one of the
Dragon
masks.
mask.
Yeah.
Now my internet is taking a shit.
Yeah, mine was just doing so bad. I refreshed.
I'm gonna try and reload.
Suppose we probably should have let Luca do this, but he's in disguise right now, so.
Mm.
And
Also, if this is a spellcaster like we all think he is, Luca's not
Mm.
going to stand a chance. He's going to be
and
dismissed
I guess
expeditiously.
our other best frontline fighter would be Little O, but I don't think there's any in-character way to justify send the child in.
Go ahead.
Child.
Attack the baby.
Honestly, that would have almost been a
beat
good
child.
plan. Go on,
The baby
beat up
steps
the
up.
child. Do it, hero.
We're giving him propaganda at that point. Child soldiers!
Mhm.
Is this what the rebellion has fallen to?
Everyone's a child soldier from the elven perspective.
Yeah, I still can't touch that token.
He found out he didn't really yearn for the mines. Now he wants blood.
And 20 still not loading in for me.
And why is Kier dead?
He got sent to hell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Sorry, Kier.
I don't think
He is
if
the
he actually
effective
is
plane.
sent to hell, I don't think we have a way to get him back either.
There's a way.
Well, I
He's
don't
not
have a
dead.
way.
Because, hell's
Hmm.
just another plane.
Mhm.
Sure, certainly physical dangers within hell he would be worrying about at this point, but
Mhm.
and roll 20 still isn't loading.
Fun.
Right when we're getting close to Richard's heart out.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Suppose
is
roll 20
unfortunate.
agrees then.
Yeah, we could hold off to the next time if nothing else.
Yeah.
Mhm. But yeah, he's Theobald. As long as he lives, there are scrolls he could probably find.
Oh, I mean, I have a devil who could cast plane shift at will. I could be like, hey, go get my friend from hell.
Mhm.
I wouldn't even have to bribe him for that one.
Mhm.
Out of curiosity, is
I'm
Merrick
bringing
able to
some
use a
fries.
crossbow?
believe so, but
Wait, no, this is. I was
Well-
thinking of something else. Never mind.
I was gonna say it wouldn't work with an arcane.
I was thinking of
knowledge.
my weapon in the other campaign because I have a spell storing.
Mhm.
Because I would have had spell storing with Baleful Polymorph,
Mhm.
and that could have been a fun shot.
Yeah.
Just he turns into a pig. Is this what your hero is? Just a common pig?
Mm-hmm.
This entire sequence has convinced me we do need to do a game where we're all just Saturday morning cartoon villains.
Mhm.
Like, not like Way of the Wicked where we're trying to be serious villains. I mean, like,
Like
hammy.
the actual comical,
Oh, yeah.
campy.
Yeah,
I
oh,
call
yeah,
Claw from Inspector Gadget.
yeah.
I call
He
Snappy
just sits in his
Whiplash.
chair and curses Gadget.
Well, mostly I would just send the cat out.
All right, I am back in Roll20 now, but I don't know if we want to start it or not.
Ooh, somebody could be the bad guy from almost
I
every.
mean, if we want to just stop here, that way we have a perfect
Yeah.
starting off point
Yeah.
for next
Let's
time.
just do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that works for me.
Sorry, guys.
No
No
worries.
worries.
No worries.